I want to talk to you about being shy and not having confidence in yourself and how that can lead to wasting tens of thousands of dollars, putting your team in danger, and possibly losing your job. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a little bit frustrated. I'm a little bit pissed off. So I hope this video doesn't turn out to be a complete rant and that you can get some good value out of this. So I just came back from the office. Yesterday, we did what we call a product release. We released a new feature into our iOS app. And, we had a technical issue in production, live, and we had to roll the feature back, okay? Which is something that can happen. But when that happens, we do some troubleshooting to understand what went wrong. So I did a little bit of digging, and I could see that the issue comes from a specific component. If you're familiar with coding and development, it's what we call an API integration. Anyway, so I looked at the issue and I was like, well, this is something that we could have easily anticipated and prevented the problem from happening in the first place if we knew about this. And as far as I know, we didn't know about it. So just to check, I contacted the developer that was in charge of implementing this feature. And I asked him what happened there. And he actually said that he was aware of the issue. He was aware of the risk and that he tried to communicate it during a team meeting, but that he was ignored. So my initial reaction to this was, what do you mean you tried? It's whether you know or you don't know. And if you know, you're supposed to either handle it yourself, take care of it yourself, or you bring it to the attention of people with the right expertise so they can take care of it. He said, well, I knew about it, but I tried to tell my colleagues, but they didn't think it was important enough, so we just left it. And in my mind, all I could hear was excuses, excuses, excuses. So I was starting to get frustrated with the dude, really. But as a good leader, I have to put my emotions on the side. And especially in difficult situations, I have to put my emotions on the side and try to look at it more objectively, because there is always a lesson to be learned. And it's really tough because obviously we were super excited for this feature to be in the hands of our users. But also from a business perspective, right? Opportunity cost. Delaying this release 2 weeks is going to cost us, tens, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. So as I was talking to him, I realized that he actually did a good job at identifying the risk, right? But what he didn't do so well is that he tried to raise the situation, to raise the concern, but he backed down at the first resistance. So he basically didn't do such a good job at convincing the group that the risk existed, right? And if you dig a little bit deeper, right? So this individual, this developer, this person is a really nice guy. He's super smart, but he's also not the most charismatic dude you'll ever meet. He's not very talkative. He's a little bit shy. So probably what happened is that he raised the point and somebody said, well, it's not important, but he didn't persist. So I'm going to tell you what I told him. There is no place for being shy in business. And when you're doing development, you're doing business, right? You have to be assertive, right? If there is no stupid questions, there's no stupid concerns. If you have a question, if you have a concern, raise it, even if you think it's insignificant. If you're being shy, you're being actually selfish, because what you're doing is that you're obstructing the flow of information. Your shyness is standing in the way of contributing to the group discussion. So if you have anything, always let it be known, no matter how small it is. And this advice is not easy to apply, It's especially difficult for people who come from collective cultures, like some East Asian cultures, some Middle Eastern cultures, some, African cultures and so forth, where we have these awesome values of, being mindful of others and respecting the elderly and not speaking unless you're spoken to, and all these great values, right? But when it comes to business, you have to be able to communicate. You have to express your opinions, right? Because at the end of the day, nobody cares how nice you are. Nobody cares how shy you are. If I was to write this situation in a report today about him and what happened today, then it would be a matter of, he knew the information, he knew that there was a risk, but he failed to raise the risk. There will be no place for he's not feeling comfortable to share his opinion, or he's a little bit shy or whatever. That's not going to exist. That's not going to happen, right? It's going to be his responsibility that he knew the information, he didn't convey the information. So this is one part of the equation, and that's about him. The second part of the equation that led us to this situation here has nothing to do with him and has more to do with the leader, right? And me in this case. So as a leader, you have to remember that you are responsible for creating a safe environment for your team members to express themselves freely, to feel comfortable to share their feelings, their opinions, and so forth. So lesson of today, if you want to be successful professionally, you cannot allow yourself to be shy, to be a people pleaser, to be a yes man. No. If you're a leader, and you're aware that within your team, there are people with shy, less charismatic tendencies, you need to make a conscious effort of giving them a platform and helping them a little bit, encouraging them a little bit to grow beyond their shell. That's it for today. If you got any value from this video, please leave a like. If you have any questions or concerns, leave them in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Talk to you soon.